So we've just been to the midday shooting of the cannon, which historically was to ward off the Ottomans invading years and years ago. Just in the back street now, you can see it's still got an Austro-Hungarian feel, which they were part of the empire at some stage. It's just a leafy little back street. It's very pretty. So we're just going for a stroll here, and then we're going to a museum which talks about magic Zagreb tales, and then we're going to sit down and have some lunch somewhere. But it's just so good to be back in Zagreb. It's just a beautiful town. We're in the upper part of town. There's a lot of reporters around, so there might be government making some sort of announcement. We're not sure. Traditional Dalmatian and Croatia food. Pasticata, peka. Rocco prepare the fish and the calamari. We went down to the fish market this morning and bought some sea bass and calamari, and Rocco is putting it on the grill. Again, reminded of the fish swims 3 times, one in the sea, one in the oil, and one in the wine. Just got a lesson on how to cook the fish by cutting and putting salt, and then cutting again and putting more salt in, and there's salt and oil on the tray. The smell now is beautiful. You can see the grill, and he just fires it up with a burner. You can smell it cooking, mouth starting to water. He's an old hand at doing this. I had to take the red bucket down to the sea and fill it up under his instructions to put it in and wash it in seawater, all the fish, before it goes on.
You can use the rosemary but without oil and nothing.
So Rocco's just giving us advice on how to cook the fish properly, and you mix oil with salt and pepper, mix it into the oil, and then spread the oil on the fish and the calamari.